Hello and welcome to another G&B allotment vlog, and in this video we're going to be showing you new borders that we've created and what we're going to be calling the 3 R's, which are recycle, repurpose and replace. So stay tuned as I explain the 3R process. So one of our jobs for April is that we've been scraping off the top layer of this bark here, you see my foot, to reveal 2-year-old broken down wood chip underneath, as you can see here. And then we're using that as a composted bark to fill up these raised beds here. And again, if we look on the wild flower bed over here, we pretty much filled it up and it's pretty good bulky composted wood chip. So the stuff that we're taking off, I'm just going to walk you to show where we're putting it. We're going to renew this whole plot with all new wood chip. You can see over there, there's our lorry load of fresh wood chip. And the old stuff, or should I say the top surface stuff here, is going into one of our bays over here in there. And that would just be left now for a year, 2 years, and all that underneath with the heat would just break down naturally. This is where our slip trenches were, where we put the trees in when we first got them last year. These have all been backfilled, and we're trying to level off some of the mounds that we've got here before we put more raised beds on. So this here is spent potato compost, which is all coming out of this bay here. This bay here is 2-year-old cow muck, and that'll be going over on plot 1 in the trenches that we're going to build for the potatoes on the plot where the wood chip is. So we're going to get on and clear the rest of this surface wood chip, scrape up underneath, and then we're going to start laying the new wood chip, and we'll show you the progress as we go along. So as you can see, that's where we've raked off the top here. You can see the uncomposted bark chips laying on the top, and then all this gets dug out, filled in these bays, and then a fresh dressing of wood chip. Otherwise you just make them work harder for yourself. If you just keep topping it up on the top, then you know, in a couple of 2-3 years time you've got double the amount to dig out. But this stuff here, this is a perfect compost, and this is where we still got to scrape all the top off, as you can see. So yeah, we'll bring it back when we've done some more. So we've now got about 7 or 8 individual heaps of the top dressing taken off. 2 or 3 at the back, some over there, big one here, big one here, and a couple more here. That's all going to go into that bay down there that I showed you earlier. And then Ben now is raking up the composted stuff underneath, which we've been using, as I said earlier, to fill the beds. As you can see in our herb tubs along here are looking a lot better now. They've all been filled up to the top. So a few more at the back still to do. That big pallet of crates that you saw earlier, Ben is now dismantled and denailed and categorised on his trolley. There's still a few here which he's sorting out. Some of them are different heights, so we're laying them all side by side to get the two heights. You've got this size, and then you've got some that are slightly taller. And it's the smaller ones that we're using to make the planters. So I'm going to get on and mix some more planters, and then we'll go back up the allotment and carry on placing them, taking the old bark up and laying the new bark down. And that's another 3 pallet planters built this morning, ready to go up the allotment. And that brings our total to raised beds now made from recycled pallets to 7. So that's 7 raised beds in total now. So far then we've now got 6 beds in place. And I mentioned the 3 R's earlier. So what are the 3 R's? Recycle. So what we've done is we've scraped the top layer of the uncomposted wood chip down, and we've stored it in one of our empty bays over there, as you can see. So that's the first R. The second R, repurpose. So underneath the top layer of uncomposted bark, we've got a 2-year-old broken down wood chip which has made a good compost. So we're going to repurpose that, and what we've done is we filled these beds. You can see we're back onto the membrane. So the repurpose, we've filled all these halfway up with that compost. So that's the repurpose. And the replace is putting brand new wood chip down. Gives it a nice fresh look rather than just keep adding onto the top. You can see how much you've got left there from one lorry load. We've still got all that area over there, and the top layer to scrape off, which Ben's working on now. So that's the 3 R's: recycle, repurpose and replace. And what we've also done is we've got some 2-year-old horse muck, again, that we've got in a bay over there. You can just about see it over there. And so yeah, we've put another layer of the composted cow muck, which is broken down really well, nice and fine. So I've top dressed it with that. And now the next stage is to start filling these up with our plants. There are going to be fruit bushes going on here. As again, this is Ben's flock. Wants it to be as weed free as possible because being at school, that's why we're trying to put membrane over everything to cut down on the weeding. So we're now going to move some of those plants into here, and we've got these 2 here still haven't had any cow muck on them yet. So I'm going to walk you over and show you the cow muck. It's absolutely littered with worms. There's no smell to it, which is a good sign that it's composted down and safe to use. And this is the cow muck. They're really good quality. All stuck in my hands now. So yeah, we're going to start moving the plants. Ones that we're going to be moving is from here, the blackcurrant, gooseberry. There's a cutting there that we done last year. Another cutting there, but they're really not doing very well. This bed here is just littered with these thistle plants here. And even with the thistle gloves, all we seem to be doing is putting them up. So we're going to move these into those planters. Got some flowers on this gooseberry. And hopefully with the cow muck and everything, that'll do a bit better over there. That's the forced rhubarb that we have. And that's the ones that weren't forced. And really they're doing pretty well. And then this area here, we've got some composite decking that someone's given us. It's made out of recycled plastic. It's actually quite expensive. Got some leftover from product which they've given us. So we're hoping to put a little bit of a deck out here. I think we're going to move the middle rhubarb onto Ben's plot, so he's got one. Now I think we're going to put a little pond in there. Then all this area here will be decked. So you've got a little bit of a seating area. And then maybe in time we might be able to pallet a lean-to coming from the shed, just to give a bit of shelter on here. So yeah, that's where we are at the minute. Ben's busy away over there raking up the understuff that we're going to repurpose, and then I'll show you how we get on. I don't know if you can see these worms, but it is just absolutely littered with them. Every bit that I pick up or leave behind down here is just littered with, I'm not sure the type, they're not tiger worms. I think they're the ones they use for fishing, is it Dennebriga? Something like that. But, yeah, just going to get a bit more of this muck on those beds. But, yeah, really good worms in this. So these are now been top dressed with the 2-year-old camlock, and we're now ready to move the plants, fruit trees, etc. So, shot from this angle, and you can see there where Ben's been taking up the bottom and repurposing that composted bark. We haven't got anywhere for it to go yet until we've got some more of these beds. As we make beds and space them out, then we'll put the new fresh bark down and put some of this repurposed bark inside. I think the idea is to duplicate this size, so we'll have 6 pots. Ben, are we doing 6 pots in this area here, the same as that, and then down the middle you want to put stakes in for your raspberries, don't you, and have a long bed down the middle? Is that your plan?
Yeah.
So yeah, so we're going to duplicate 6 pots over that side so they all match up, and then this is coming out and we're going to put a bed all the way down the middle. One end the summer fruiting raspberries and the other end the autumn rooting raspberries. So there we've got our first one filled up. Got the black currant bush transferred in there. Ben just giving it a good water. And that's had a whole bag of compost gone in there on the top. So we're now going to get on and move the, what are we doing next to gooseberries?
Yeah.
So we're going to move the gooseberries next. So I've just heard that Prince Philip, who's the Queen's husband, has just died at the age of 99. So my thoughts go out to the Queen and the royal family at this sad time. We've now got this gooseberry planted in here. Now all these sticks, all the stalks, were all intertwined with each other, and if you tried separating them, they just bounce back. So I was getting no sort of distance between the branches, it was just growing all up the central. So I put these stakes in to try and separate the branches, and hopefully as that grows it will change the direction of the roots, and then they'll be able to hold them on their own, and then the sticks can come out. They are starting to flower. May not work, but you can only try. I'm going to call it a day for now. It's very, very chilly here. Whatever it is at home, it's always about 4 or 5 degrees colder here because of the wind chill coming off from the new golf course. But we're pleased with what we've done, and then we'll update you on how the rest of this goes, including the 2 borders up here and the painting of these. I think we're going to do them in this new stone grey that we've got, or pebble grey, which is the border there that Ben's done. 9 litres of paint is currently £8 in Wickes. It's their own paint, and it's a stain. It's not a paint, it's a stain. And yeah, we're pretty pleased with what you get for the value. So this is Gary from GB Allotment Blogs. Ben's over there. Please do drop us a like. Please leave us a comment. We reply to all comments. And if you've not subscribed and you want to get notified about all our future videos, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, and then you'll get notified of all our new content. Finally, we are on Twitter, Facebook and Instagram, and the links can be found at the end of the intro. Have a good day and rest in peace.